and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about a new foundation and concealer that I wanted to try since like Foundation Armageddon happened. What was that, in August I believe it was. And this is by Shiseido. This is the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. I picked up the foundation in 260 Cashmere, and then I also have the concealer and 201 Light. I'm going to give you a little bit of info about this foundation, and I will say that I since I've started my channel, I don't typically watch reviews of products that I want to try prior to trying them, because I don't want someone else's opinion of something to get into my head. I know a lot of times I reference things that Tati has mentioned on her channel or things like that, but probably I would say since August I've stopped watching anybody's reviews of things that I'm going to be trying, just so I don't have like a skewed opinion of it. Now this is not going to be a first impression. I already know how I feel about this foundation. I've been wearing it for about 2 weeks, but to give you a little bit about it, it is a weightless foundation that synchronizes with skin and self-refreshes non-stop for up to a 24-hour just applied look and flawless finish. It's a medium coverage with a natural finish, so medium natural. Let's see, it has SPF 30. It's for normal, dry, combination, oily, so pretty much anybody can use it. The highlighted ingredients is active force technology, protects the finish from the effects of sweat, oil, and facial movement, which is really cool. So it's saying that as you go throughout your day, as you move your eyebrows or talk, like it's not gonna move, it's just going to like refresh itself and always look fresh. Responsive sensory technology helps foundation adapt to skin's the respiratory sensory technology helps foundation adapt to skin's conditions, tone and texture. Smart correcting powder enhances skin surface, texture, and tone. This is free of sulfates, SLS, and SLES, parabens, phthalates, and it contains less than 1% of synthetic fragrance. All right, so in the concealer pretty much does the same thing. So I'm just going to show you how I've been applying it. Let me grab my mirror. There is going to be one product that I'm using as a concealer that is not by them because they don't have color corrector, and I really love this Peach by Jeffree Star. I use just a very little bit and you'll see what I mean. So I just put a little bit right here and a little bit right there, and then kind of smooth it out. And then I've really been enjoying this brush. This is the Sephora Pro Contour. This is a blush contour number 74, but I've been using it for my under eye, and I really have been enjoying this as an application. So I primarily just focus that here to kind of lighten up where I get a little dark, and then I just kind of blend it out. Now what I do love about the Jeffree Star Peach, like I could leave it just like that. Like it doesn't give an overbearing peach tone to it, so it just really lightens up my eyes. So I always do the peach one first, and then I do my foundation, and then I apply the concealer. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put, and I like that you can lock it, it twists. And let's just say this packaging is very aesthetically pleasing with the matte glass and the red with the black, excuse me, with the red stripe. It's very, very nice. So I'm gonna pump out, that was like a pump and a half. And I'm gonna dot this onto my face. And I'm not going to do like side by side of like the beauty blender and then just like a brush, because I don't use a beauty blender for my foundation at all, so I'm not going to use it here. So, but I am back to my Morphe M439, like a kabuki brush, and I'm going to blend that into my skin. I'm going to take it down the neck. just blends very easily. It is not a full coverage. Like I said, it's a medium, but you can build it up because I have some freckles and a little sunspot there, but you can build it up, which I do like. Take a little bit down my neck. It does not feel heavy at all on the skin, and it looks very normal. Like, it doesn't make your skin look heavy or dull. It's a very nice finish. Like I said, it's a natural finish, not super full coverage. I really enjoy it so far. So now I'm going to move on to the concealer, and this concealer has an interesting little shaped brush. Can you see that? It kind of like has an interesting shape where you could just like dot it, or what I like to do is swoop it across like this. And I have been focusing the application of it a little bit lower. I'm not going up in here because I've been putting the color corrector more up in this area, so I'm kind of staying down here, and then I blend it all together. And that was one little swoop, one dip, and there's more than enough to go around. I will also use this, whatever left over on the brush, on my eyelids to act as a primer, because if it's supposed to react and refresh itself as you move about your day, living your life with facial expressions and eating and drinking, wouldn't it be great to put on your eyelid to act as a primer? That's just the way I look at it. And then for my eyelid, I take my finger and rub it in because the brush has a hard time getting into that corner. Do the other eye. And it's just very easy. I know with me blending it out on camera, it looks like it takes a long time, but since I'm talking, it takes a little bit longer to do. And half the time I don't even set this with a powder. And I just take whatever's left and go down my nose and around. So yeah, there you go. That is what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop off, do the, well actually no, I'll grab the rest of my face products, and then we'll check in to see how everything looks. Got the rest of my stuff. I am going to put a little bit of powder on my face, just because I've been doing some heavy moisturizing, so I feel like my skin is a little bit tacky. I'm taking that same brush that I used for my concealer, and I'm just going to dab that on the eye. Oh, and I'm using the Huda Beauty powder in Pound Cake. And I will say a little bit of this goes a very long way. I'm not into the baking aspect, but I do really enjoy this powder. It really does a good job of blurring out your pores. And what I'm doing is I'm going under my eye, I'm going to hit my forehead where I tend to get a little oily, a little bit in between my eyebrows, around my nose, a little bit on my chin, and whatever's left on the brush from dabbing my chin, I'm going to go on my face. I'm going to swirl in the lid that I had bounced off a lot of the product. And I lightly just powder the face. And like I said, this is the same brush that I was using to blend out my under eye, my concealer. Then I'm going to bronze up the face a little bit. I'm not used to seeing myself with this dark of hair. I'm going to be using the Scott Barnes brush, the number 67, and this is Park Avenue Princess by Tarte. This is a good bronzer. I love it. So I'm just going to start at my forehead. Bronze up the cheeks. Then I have a new blush that I have been loving. This is She's Sincere by Patrick Ta. And she looks kind of bright. You can see there. But I really like her. I'm going to take the Bobbi Brown blush brush. And I just apply just a little bit to the apples of my cheeks. And I like to put a little bit up here on my forehead, just kind of blend it all together. A little bit on my nose, and I have a piece of hair. There we go, got it. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face, my eyebrows, and eyeshadow off camera, and then I will come back to show you the finished result, and then I'll do a check-in later today so you can see what it looks like. Currently right now, it is, I don't know if you can see that, is 1:54. So I'll probably check in. We're gonna go eat dinner at David's sister. So when I come back is when I will check in to show you the final, you know, check-in of how the foundation is holding up. So I will see you then. Alright guys, so here is the complete finished look for today. We played with some glitters. I spent about an hour and a half since I filmed the first part, but you can see that there's no settling of the foundation in my smile lines. Is not settling in the creases of my under eye. Overall, it looks really good. I will check in with you later. Alright guys, so we are here for the final check-in. I've had this on for about 6 hours. And as you can tell, like, nothing's changed. I have had some glitter fall out because I was rubbing my eyes after eating dinner, but it still hasn't settled here. There's nothing here. It hasn't settled into the wrinkles there, but overall this it does what it says it's going to do. It refreshes, it doesn't crease, it works with your face, your facial expressions. So I out of all the foundations I have reviewed, besides my Clinique, that is my holy grail, I think this is number 2. This is probably one of my favorite foundations I've ever put on my face. And we'll keep wearing it to see if it takes the number 1 spot over my Clinique. But yeah, that is it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.